I'm so happy you're here today, and I hope you'll enjoy what I have for you today. My hair trimmed, and so I decided to put my hat on. My peach hat my daughter made me, and my sister had given me this for my birthday with the peaches on it. So you can see, if you've watched any of my videos, that you can see I have peaches everywhere to match my name. Okay, let's get started on this, but I'm going to make sure the camera's working first. It's working. And I just wanted to remind you, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, reach down there and press that subscribe button if you would. I appreciate it if you would. And like and comment on these videos if you would. I love to comment back to you, and I just love to hear from you also. And I come across this one. This was in our Tops magazine. And no, it's not just for people on a diet. This is a black bean burger. And I know everybody doesn't eat those, but I know there's a lot that do. And maybe sometime you would like to just try something different. So I took this idea and then I switched it about. So we're going to give it a try together. So. Okay, before I get started, now I know you probably can't see me in the picture, and that's okay. I want you to see what I'm doing. Look at my two cute little tomatoes from my garden. Like I said, when I read a recipe, then I start changing it to what I think I have. Or this is a black bean burger, and it calls for, I will take a screenshot of this and post it for you where you'll get the exact amount of this, but I'm going to do a little bit of difference. This called for black beans, a can of them, but I was looking in my cupboard and I have black beans already smashed up. It's refried beans. It says it has black beans, water, a little salt. It doesn't have any oil. It has a little vinegar, a little jalapeno peppers, chili powder, onion powder, spices, and natural flavors. So, and garlic. It also calls for corn. So I found in my cupboard some cream style corn. So I thought that'd go in good with it. A can of this, so I'm gonna open this up. There it is. I won't have to smash up if I was using whole ones. This might give you a little more beans in it. So there's my beans. Okay, the next thing called for, it calls for a third cup of frozen corn. A third of this. That might be a bit more. And it's all smashed up, so that should make it nice. My husband used to love cream style corn, so I'm gonna put a little bit of that in there. Now it called for onions. And I'm going lazy today. I could go out and get some green onions. I need to buy some other onions, but I'm going to use my chopped onions that I've had. And they smell like onions. And I'm going to just pour a nice little serving of them in there. Probably a teaspoon of that. 1/4 of a cup of salsa. Well, I just had to buy some new salsa. This is chipotle salsa, smoky. This says 1/4 of a cup. I'll be slopping this all over the side of the jar if I'm not careful. So I'm gonna I'll put 3 big spoonfuls in there, maybe 4. Let's do 4. Spoonful of garlic in here. Well, not too heaping. Dried parsley or cilantro. Cilantro leaves. I don't know whether that tastes much different than, it doesn't really smell like the cilantro you get. And that, it called for a tablespoon. So if this is not good, it's going to be me eating it or whatever. Cup of seasoned breadcrumbs. And I think I'll measure those. If I can find a 1/2 cup. There's a 1/2 cup. I'm using these little panko ones. So I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of those in it. Just for an egg. There's an egg. But I think I'm going to crack my egg in here just in case for some reason I get a shell in it or something. I did it. Oh, it called for 2 egg whites. Well, I decided to put a whole egg in it. And one other thing, let's see. Oh, it called for, this is the one thing, 2 things I'm going to put in now. I'm going to put in a few bell peppers. I like bell peppers. Okay, get ready for the noise. I'll probably fast forward this part. Okay, it calls for spinach. I have a salad, and then I have this, and I have that. So now this calls for a cup of loosely packed spinach, finely cut. Well, I'm going to take mine like this. It might not be as thin, finely sliced as theirs. See this? I got my handy dandy scissors. Cut all this up. You can see I have some bigger pieces in here. You know what? This has got to be pretty tasty. It's got some good stuff in it. And then you could, well, they said you could make these on the grill, but of course I don't have a grill. I'm going to just put them in my skillet, and I'm going to cook them there. Of course, remember, everything's cooked besides this, besides the egg, and it won't take long to cook an egg. I think I'll have a little bit more spinach, because this is the way I get my veggies a lot of times. Okay. We're going to give this a try. Now, I'm going to do some mixing. With this being a whole can of refried beans, and I probably had more of that than if you drained your juice off of a can of beans. So I'm going to add a little bit more of my panko, because it just looks a little bit too like it wouldn't make a, I'd say that was another good couple tablespoonfuls at least. You can see I could have cut that spinach smaller, but unless you have somebody that don't like it in these veggies, this should taste pretty good. Okay, I'm going to put my skillet on. Okay, I've moved my camera over closer where I sprayed some of my olive oil in here. So I don't have it's not swimming in it, it's just a little light. I'm letting that warm up a little bit. And let's see what happens here. I think I need to add just a bit more of this in here. I just don't think it's quite, I think it's still too wet. That was probably another spoonful of it. My skillet isn't getting nice and hot, and the iron skillets heat up faster than the others. So I'm going to have a messy hands here, because I'm going to put this, it makes 4, but whew, I think it's going to make more than 4. I'll just put a skillet full in here now, and I'll do the rest later. You can make a bigger one, but oops, that one didn't work. It's on the side of the pan. I'll wait till it cooks a little, and then I'll move it a little. And I'm going to turn this down a little more so that it gets pretty hot pretty fast. Or, I mean, just try this. I think I'll have mine on sourdough. I think I'm going to get 5 out of this right now. Now, mind you, if you was going to grill them, I don't know. I think it'd work. Let me see if I can slide this one down a little. I did, without too much trouble. My stove is just a little bit unlevel, and I don't quite know how to level it. It's been that way for years. Okay, I wanted to show you. I've got these. These are almost, well, they're kind of dark on this side, which I'd rather be dark than not. And I turned that down. But look how much of this I have left. I got enough to probably make 4 more at least. I've got 1 piece of sourdough bread in the toaster. This is going to be my lunch / lunch dinner. with snacks to follow somewhere in the evening. Showing while I'm waiting, I want to show you this. This is not relish. This was a relish, an empty jar. I used it all. Put a relish in here. I put a big spoonful of mayonnaise in it. And I squeezed some ketchup in it and squeezed some mustard in it. And look, I've got this wonderful dressing that you don't have to mix up every time you get all those jars out. And I just hear my toast coming up, so let's get it. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn that off. That should be done now. Put my spread on here, my homegrown spread. Just eat mustard, it's less than calories, but I still like my mayonnaise. And this is the one I have now. It is, I think, half the calories. Okay, I'm going to cut this in half before I go any further. I'm going to put just a little spinach on here, make it even more healthy. Now, I could put my little tomato on there, but I think I'll save it for a tomato sandwich. I love tomato sandwiches. And check that out. That's just about the right size. And I like my chips. Got the fire off. Look at that. That made a nice burger. A bean burger, black bean burger. You know, I decided to put a little, I think I'll put a half a slice of this. This is plant-based smoked cheese. What is it? That is smoky. Anyway, it tastes like Gouda to me, and it's really quite good. I've had it a few times now. I'm going to put it right on top of here. And how's that for one sandwich? Oh, you can see what a messy cook I am. I've stuck all of it back there. I'll be cleaning that up. And I did this before and it didn't video, so the last part of this, I'm doing again. I'm going to do my taste test. It takes a little while to chew all this wonderful food up, the spinach. And I like to have some chips with them. But before I take a bite, I just want to tell you to please come back. If you know somebody that likes this kind of thing, maybe don't mind having a veggie meal once in a while. This is so economical, you can't beat it. You can make this for one night a week if you don't mind this kind of thing. If you want to save on your food bill, or if you don't eat it, you can always share this recipe or this video with somebody that you know would like it. So I appreciate if you do it. And as I said on my last video that didn't tape, I hope you'll come back again. I hope you remember that Jesus loves you. And you know, he is coming back someday and we want to be ready. I was just saying on the last one that who knows, maybe you go to sleep tonight. Maybe I'll go to sleep tonight and not wake up in the morning and I'm going to be in heaven or I'm going to be in hell. And I want to be ready. I've asked Jesus to be in my heart, come into my heart. And that's where I know Jesus is going to take me home to live with him someday. So here goes a bite. Let's see. And it kind of fell apart a little bit, so. Those flavors are really good. The salsa really added to it, along with all the other good things. And I think the rest of these, and freeze them and pull one out at a time and have my lunch like this. So come back again. God bless you. And won't be long. I'll be back in another day or two. I come often. I hope you're watching me every time. Press like, share, comment, and I'll see you down the road.